Good afternoon. Aloha, everyone. For the most part, the maps by themselves are not intended to regulate. They were created as a tool with the intent to, 1, be used in conjunction with policy, 2, to help create future programs, and 3, to guide future legislation. When the maps were originally created in the 2010 Maui Island Plan draft, most maps were linked to policy. The chapters of the 2010 Maui Island Plan are around central themes, and the maps illustrate these themes graphically. The maps illustrate how policy will be carried out. Unfortunately, as the committee has made their way through the Maui Island Plan chapters, the public has witnessed the committee delinking the maps to policies. Delinking these maps minimize their strength and ability to be used as originally intended. It is important these maps are tied to policy because people need to know where things like watersheds, coral reefs, floodplains, tsunami zones, gullies, and important ag lands are, and how policies should be used in relation to them. It is important to keep references in the policies to the maps so maps can easily be referenced to explain and support policies. The Planning Director's 2012 proposed revisions show an intent to minimize the strength of these maps by making some of these maps informational only. The problem with making these maps informational only is that they will have no guiding power. They will lose their ability to support policies and future legislation. For example, the SAMP map, map 2.3, is a very important map. Its purpose and intent is to develop and adopt a special area management program with the intent to protect the watersheds and coastal resources through Ahapua'a moku management practices. The map is a beginning point to develop more thoughtful programs down the line to protect these resources. The map by itself is not intended to regulate. For instance, this map can be a starting point for a federal cost-sharing agreement to develop a watershed plan for the West Maui Ridge to Reef initiative. The initiative is one of the first efforts in the state to implement a comprehensive management strategy to address impacts to coral reefs across multiple watersheds. It will facilitate the implementation of projects that reduce land-based pollution that harms our reefs. This $3.5 million federal grant to manage our watershed shows support for the SAMP map on a federal level. I beseech our own local government to also show support for the SAMP map and its ability to guide future recommendations and legislation made by the federal government's watershed plan. In closing, I strongly support the 2010 Maui Island Plan Maps and believe it is important that these maps be used in conjunction with policy. Please also include reference to these maps in policy so it is easily apparent which maps are related to which policy. Thank you.
Thank you. Members?